Hello everyone, I'm finally back, I'm finally with you, and I will continue creating game engine called Raccoon. So I would like to apologize for being out for like 2 months approximately. I don't know the exact number, but it can be even more. So I would like to say sorry for this, but let's just stop talking and start walking. So today in this video, we will talk about logger. We will add logging to our engine. And for those of you who don't know what is logging, you can imagine like cout. Cout is also a logger. So you just want to create some object, and this object is a pointer. So you would like to check whether this object is null pointer after creating or not. So if it's null pointer, you like type std and object is initialized incorrectly or something like that. And that's an example of logging. So that's an example of error actually. The same stuff for like just simply info messages. When your object isn't null pointer, so it's initialized correctly, you just type that object is initialized correctly and that's an info. The same stuff for warning. So we can actually use a cout. We can actually use a cout like here. As you can see, we type here an error. So we can actually use std cout and something like type some error. But that's not good idea. Firstly, because CR is not what we want, because it's not multi-threaded. So when you type std it's currently run on your threads, the threads that your application actually running. So it will affect on your FPS, and if you will, for example here, every frame, if you will do something like this, and if you will even add std and line to it, it will reduce your FPS really a lot. It can even reduce it twicely or stuff like that. So that's really bad. Because in our game engine we want to have logger per frame or something like that sometimes, yeah. So okay, we need to have multi-threaded logger. We also need to make it look good, yeah. So it shouldn't be just this text, like this white text that you can see. So that's bad. We need to have like log messages, just info messages should be green, warning like yellow, and error are red. So like this, yeah. So that's also our requirements for our logger. And with these requirements, we can actually create our logger. We can spend some times like 1 month or half a month or 2 months. I don't know. I never did logger before, and create logger for ourselves. But it will be a problem because if we will create every single module of game engine by ourselves, we will never draw a triangle even. I actually, yeah, we will never draw a triangle because we will create a log. It will take like months. Like really, it's insanely, for me it's stupid really. So we will use some kind of third-party software that actually will provide us with this logger. So this third-party software that we will use is spd.log. I don't know why I always why I always talk like spd.log, but just spd.log. Um, so we will use it. We will add it as a submodule. So let's just copy this link, and also we need a git. So git init and git submodule add, then this, and the actual location where we want this to be. So we need to create another folder inside of our Raccoon game engine. So it will be dependencies. I don't know, maybe we will have a little bit different name. And also we need to create spd lock. I will explain you why in a minute, but we need to have our CMake for this list.txt. So we will build it customly. So this spd log folder will contain submodule of our actual spd log and our CMake list that will build this spd log. So we also need to have some kind of, I think it's called Raccoon engine build inside of our inside of Raccoon repository on a GitHub. So yeah, let's just add it. So we need to add it inside of Raccoon depths and then spd log, and also it will be spd log. Yeah, so that will be a name of this folder. So okay, we just will clone everything. And let's just talk about this CMake, why we add it. So we actually add this CMake because we want to, like there is an issue with SPD lock when we will build it like a static library. Because we build it as a static library, then what we do? We actually include the static library to our game engine, and then we include this game engine to our game. Yeah, so that's an issue because then we will share this library through every single, like it will actually increase an object files of our like of our game, of our um, engine, like application.cpp. Why? Because we will include logger in a lot of files. So logger is just a default file, so it will be included in a lot of files. And everywhere where we include this logger, we will increase the size of this build file. And to see what I mean by build file, you can go to CMake. Oh, I know, maybe here, CMake files. No, it's not. So yeah, it's hotcode. Okay, so that's an object files. This object files, just for now, the size of them is really small. But when we will include log, it can be like 2 megabytes. So that's why we want to build them by ourselves. So to do this, what we simply will do is build this using our CMake list. So as you can see, everything is just okay. So we will add a CPP file that will actually include CPP files. Yeah, I know that's not the best decision to do, but we know what we are doing, yeah? Maybe not. So we will include some files from this SPD log source code. So we will include not every single file from here because there is some files that we don't actually need, and we don't need this file and this. That's something that I decide. I don't know why, but we will not use them. Everything works without them. So that's my actually that's why. So we will copy everything. Okay, so that's it. That's our file that we will build. And we now need to add a CMake build for this. So project project name will be spd log, languages, I don't know why it always forgot to put s. But anyway, this IntelliSense is pretty bad. So spd let's just, I don't know, we shouldn't actually set the sources. So we can actually add library called spd log, and it will be static, and we will add our file to it. So our file, let's just, okay, so our file is raccoon engine build build.cpp. Yeah, build, yeah. Okay, so we also need to have some target compile definitions that will be like for our spd.log, it will be public, and it will be spd log compiled lib. This should be used because inside of our spd.log there is an include file, and this include files actually, I don't know, spd header only. So it can be like header only, or it can be I don't know. There is some files at the end of which there is this checker. Okay. So if it's header only, then we include inline files with every implementation. If it's compiled libs, then our header file will not have them. So yeah, that's good. And also, let's just target include directory. Directories will be spd log public, and it will be where it is. It's just spd log include. So that's it. And also to you know what, we can even add it, or we can add it later. So what I said before is that this logger is like, it's heavy, and include this logger will be heavy in like debug debug build. So to reduce his like size, we can add something. So when we build our game engine for debug, we don't actually want to build our SPD log like in debug mods, because we don't really want to debug our SPD log code. So we can build it like in release to reduce his size. So yeah, we will do this. So when we str equal to debug, that's a variable that contain current CMake build type. So if our build type is debug, then our target compile definition will be, so we should provide a target. This should be private because we only want this to be applied to our SPD log and if. So that's it. And also, no, not also. That's else. That's everything for our SPD log. So now we want to add submodule, add subdirectory. Yeah, that's in git submodule. Okay, so that's SPD log. So that's it. And we want to target include target link libraries should be target will be like Raccoon library, public, and it will be the name of our library, SPD log. So that's it. Okay, we can actually try to build this and try to see what will happen. So we build this Raccoon engine build CPP object. Yeah, you can see how really slow it is. And I will also show you the size after the build. I will show you the size of this library. So let's go to build. That's inside of Raccoon dependencies, and we can see it's like 8 megabytes. Even if we build it with this with this compile definition. I mean, where is it? With this compile definition. So it's really a lot. So let's just add some code to, like, we are successfully include it. We successfully include everything. So let's just create a log.h file. Sorry, I said .h, not .g. So it will have like pragma once, namespace Raccoon. Okay, and class called logger. This will be just completely static class, because we don't want our logger to be like, we don't want to create an object and then from this object called logger, it's like even stdc out is like maybe not static but global object. So yeah, let's just create this. So what we actually need to have here, first of all, we need to include our spd log here. Include spd log spd log.h. So we include it here, and here we need to have two static variables: static std shared pointer, um, spd log. It's like logger. So we will call it call logger. So there will be one call logger and one client logger. It will be useful, client logger. It will be useful for the future because we actually need to have like separation between call loggers and client loggers. Client logger will be used for our game logger, and call logger is just for our game engine logger. So we also need to have some kind of static void init to initialize them, and we need to have static shared point like get methods that will actually give us this logger, get call logger, that will actually return call logger to us. Oh, excuse me. And the same stuff for get client logger that will give us client logger. So that's it. And let's just create logger.cpp file that will include our logger.h. Also, don't forget to type namespace Raccoon. And let's just copy them. So logger. Okay, so that's it. And also let's just copy this init function that will initialize our logger. Okay, so how will we initialize our logger? So here we should actually create them. So to create them, we need to type something like mcall logger equals to spd log, but firstly we need to include something. We need to include spd log, then where it is, I think it's inside of syncs, and there is some color sync, something like that. Std maybe, oh yeah, there is. Okay, so we need to type spd log, and there is like std out color mt. Mt is multi-threaded and st is single-threaded, so we need to have like multi-threaded logger. Okay, so the name of logger will be Raccoon. It will be useful later, not later, it just will be right in this line, because we will set a pattern, set pattern to our logger. So what is a pattern? We have this link here in a wiki folder, another folder, wiki page. Yeah. So here is all the flags that you can use to like decide how your logger will actually display your messages. So first of all, we need to have a color. So to specify a color, we need to have a begin and end. So this sign is a begin of our color, and this is an end. So also we need to have something here. So this something will be the square brackets, and also t is a time. So then n is a name of our logger, it will be Raccoon, and then we need to have something like v is like a message, so our actual message, and we can type like this. So, and also we need to set I forgot even why, honestly, but we need to set level to trace, spd log level trace. So it's just a default level, so I don't really understand why, but I forgot why I do this. So we can copy this and actually name it like a client, that's seconds logger, and it will be client logger. We can actually leave it the same, so it will be the same pattern for everything. Um, so that's it. That's actually everything we would like to have. But also, that's not that good. Let's just build this, see if everything is correct. So everything is correct, but we don't want to have this. We don't want to type log, then get, for example, call log and stuff like that. So we don't want to have it. We just want to define some macros that will do this for us. So we will define, for example, we will name it Raccoon engine core log. Not log. I mean, we will have like info trace or like info one and error. So we will have this macro that will take some parameters, and we will define it to be like, don't forget that we are outside of Raccoon namespace. We don't want this to be inside of Raccoon namespace, and we want to get a log. Then we want to get call log, and after we get call log, we want to type where is my IntelliSense? Oh, that's good. But there is like method call info, I know this. And here we need to type our arguments. So for those who don't know what is this is actually what you paste here. So actually everything that you paste in this macro will be pasted here. So that's it. And yeah, we don't need the semicolon here. So yeah, let's just do this. Let's just compile and see if everything is correct. So let's just include our logger to, for example, our application, and we don't need iostream at all, so we can delete it. So here we can just trace some logs. Oh, core info and just hello from logger, yeah, and semicolon at the end. Let's just build this. Oh, there will be no errors. Oh, there is some errors. So what is undefined reference to logger? Yeah, this is undefined reference because our project doesn't know what is logger at all. So he doesn't know where is the implementation of this function. So logger.cpp, that's file that should be compiled. And now when we hit this, oh, we also forgot to initialize it. So we need to go to our entry point, include logger here, put logger, and we need to initialize our logger.h before, so it should be like Raccoon logger init. So before our application is initialized, we want to initialize our logger. And now we can see some logs. I hope we will see. So let's just, oh, I don't have this here, the 5, but anyway. Okay, so let's just go to build, build min debug. Then what do we have like bin folder? No, we don't. Okay, then where is our oh, it's inside of sandbox. Okay, sandbox, and then what is the name? Sandbox exe. Yeah, okay. So as you can see, now we have these errors, and the errors shows us a time, a name of a logger, and actually a message. So now our job is to extend this a little bit. Also, how to stop this? Kill, delete. Okay, so let's go to what is command prompt? Yeah, there is no, it's not. PowerShell. Yeah, that's what I used. Okay, so we need to extend a little bit. We need to add some more logs. We need to add warn for warning, and it will actually call warn, and we need to have like error, and this will actually call an error. So that's it. And also we should have the same stuff for client login. So, oh, client. But I don't like, should we have a client? Maybe we will just use, because honestly, our client is just a user of our engine. He just wants to type like Raccoon engine info. Yeah. So that's a client. So core is okay. So we will just have like Raccoon engine info warn an error. Okay. So that's pretty much it. We can now, oh no, that's not, because we need to have like client here also, client here and client here. So that's it. And I don't want to trace them every single frame, so we will trace them like core info warn, then error, and the same stuff, but with, you know what, we will say like this will be some info, this will be warn, and this will be an error. Okay, so we will copy them and just look for our client logs. Oh, sorry, I just I just do wrong stuff. So let's just hit like build, and then we should see everything. Okay. And also there will be some other stuff that I would like. Okay, so as you can see, we have an info, we have a warn from our Raccoon, and we also have a client info warn and error. That's it. And we have this while true loop, so maybe we will comment this just for now, because I'm a little bit nervous when I should kill this terminal. So the final thing that we will add is logger for our client, because what if our, for example, let's just, I will show you why. Okay, so that's what you see from a command line. But what if we will go right here and just open it like this? So you see nothing. So where is the log? Where is the log? So like you see nothing, yeah. So that's an issue, and you need to see something. For this, you need to have logging into the file. So your logger should actually like how like see out to the file or something like that. So it should actually log every single message to the file. So that will be good. And to do this, we need to create a file logger, and then we need to push this file logger to our core logger and client logger. File logger will be, oh, for this we need to add another stuff called basic file or something like that. Where is my IntelliSense? Basic file sync, yeah. So we need to STB, yeah, SPD SPD log basic logger MT, and that is our file logger, and we will name it like file logger, and we will actually, what is wrong here? Don't match the argument list. Oh, that's actually wrong, because oh yeah, I forgot. We need also to paste a name, not a name but a path, where we want our log file a logger to save our logs. So this logger will actually save logs to the log file.txt. We will maybe like logs, I don't know. So we will also add for this logger a pattern. So set pattern, we'll make it to be the same like this, but we will not have this color range because honestly in your file doesn't support color range. Okay, and the same set level. So that's it. Now we want to push this file logger to our core logger and to our client logger. Not pop back, push back. So push back this file logger, but it should be also logger sync. Sync, and it should be front. So that's it, and the same stuff for client logger. So it means that we push this file logger to these two loggers, and these two loggers will output output logs to this file. So if you want to have like different files for different loggers, which in this case I think it's a little bit, I don't know. For me, I just don't want to have it. So if you want, you can create another file logger and paste another file logger to like a client and a core. So yeah, you can do this. But I just, oh no, we need to debug. We need to compile this and then we need to run it. So let's just check whether everything is correct. And as you can see, we have our log. So our log will actually be stored here. I don't know actually why it's stored here. Oh yeah, I know why. Because we actually run it from this repository. So our repository actually is here. So we need to go to our sandbox, reveal this file director, and if we run it like here, then our log file will be here, and you can see these log files. So everything is just okay. And yeah, finally, that's everything I would like to add today, and that's the end of this video. So thanks you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and really I appreciate you for support, for likes and for comments and for subscription on this channel. So thanks you and goodbye. See you next time.